Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Na cha shreyo anupashyami hatva svajanam ahave na kankshe vijayam Krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha na cha shreyo nupashyami atva svajanamahave nukankshe vijayam Krishna na cha rajam sukhani cha na cha shreyo nupashyami atva svajanamahave nakankshe vijayam Krishna na cha rajam sukhani cha na cha shreyo nupashyami atva svajanamahave nakankshe vijayam Krishna na cha rajam sukhani cha na nor cha also shreyaha good anupashyami do I foresee hatva by killing svajanam own kinsman ahave in the fight na nor kankshe do I desire Vijayam victory Krishna O Krishna na nor cha also Rajyam kingdom Sukhani happiness thereof cha also. Translation: I do not see how any good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness.
So, there are two things, Shreya and Preya. Here, Arjuna is speaking of Shreya. Shreya means ultimate goal. And Preya means immediately palatable. That is called Preya. So, everyone should be interested for Shreya, not for Preya. Just like a child, he likes to play all day and night, naturally. Playful child. That is called Preya. He likes immediate pleasure. But his father says, my dear child, just go to school or read book. So father is asking for Shreya, ultimate goal. If he is not educated at childhood, then how he will prosper in his future life? So, considering the future prospect, ultimate goal, that is called Shreya. And Priya means immediate. Just like we eat something which I may not digest, or it may have some bad effect later on. But people are interested in the immediate benefit without calculation of future benefit. So Arjuna is considering, with reference to his future, that if I kill my kinsman, what benefit there will be? I want victory, I want kingdom to become happy, but if my all kinsmen are killed, then what is the value of my victory? With whom I shall enjoy? He is thinking like that. Society is the same thing. Society, friendship and love. Everyone wants to enjoy life with society, friends. Nobody wants to enjoy life alone. That is not possible. This is not natural. So, where from we got this idea that I cannot enjoy alone? Just like generally, a person is alone, but he gets a wife with a hope for enjoying family life. Children, wife, friends. Griha, Kshetra, Atha Griha, Kshetra, Sutapta, Vittai. Griha means apartment, and Kshetra means land. Griha, Kshetra, Suta. Suta means children. Atha Griha, Kshetra, Suta, Apta. Apta means friends, society. Atha Griha, Kshetra, Sutapta, Vittai. Apta means friends, society. And to support all these things, Griha, Kshetra, Suta, Apta, there is required money, vitta. Vitta means money. Atha Griha, Kshetra, Sutapta, Vittai, Janasya mohoyam aham mameti. This is material life. Griha, Kshetra, I must have Griha. Griha means with wife. Na griham griho ittuktam, grihini griho ittahu. Griha. Griha means house. So we are also living in house, very nice house. But still we are not grihastha. In griha, to live in a house does not mean a grihastha. Na griham grihamittahu. Grihastha means grihe tishtati iti grihastha. Every Sanskrit word has got elaborate meaning. Grihastha means one who stays in griha, in a house. He is called grihastha. So, we can be called grihastha also. We are living in house. No. Shastra says, na griham grihamittahu. Simply a house is not griha. There must be the housewife. That means wife. Grihini grihamittahu. In Hindi, this word is used, garwali. But if there is no wife, that is not grihastha. And another, Chanakya Pandit says, putra hinam griham sunnam. You have got wife, but if you have no children, that griha is also void. So, grihastha means to live with wife and children and cultivating spiritual life. That is called grihastha. It doesn't matter you live with your wife and children or you live with brahmachari, sannyasi, anything. It doesn't matter. Therefore, there are so many divisions of life. Whichever status of life is suitable for you, you can accept. Brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi. Ashram. Ashram, when the word is added ashram, that means it has got reference with cultivation of spiritual life. So grihastha ashram, one can live at home with wife and children, but the business should be Krishna consciousness. We don't accept the Mayavadi sannyasi because there is no Krishna consciousness. Simply by becoming sannyasi, Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, this world is false, Brahma is true, so I give up this world. That kind of sannyasi we do not accept. Either you become grihastha or sannyasi or brahmachari, there must be Krishna, then it will be called ashram. Grihastha ashram, sannyasa ashram, brahmachari ashram. Therefore this word is added, ashram. So, Arjuna is in grihastha ashram. He wants to serve Krishna. Krishna is friend. He is a devotee. Krishna has already recommended. In the 4th chapter, he will declare, Bhaktosi, Priyosi me. You are my dear friend, you are my devotee. So, he is qualified grihastha ashrami. He is devotee of Krishna, but he is also family man. He has his wife, children. But here the problem is, what is Shreya? What is ultimate good? That is mistaken here. Therefore Bhagavad Gita is required. He is thinking that Krishna is not so important. My family is important. My family is important. Although he is devotee, therefore Kanishtadhikari, in the lower stage of devotion. In the lower stage of devotion, one may be interested in Krishna consciousness, but his real interest is how to improve this material life. Just like, oh God, give us our daily bread. So he has gone to God, not to serve God, but to take bread. Artha arthati, that is also good. But because he has gone to God to ask for bread, he is better than the rascals who do not care for God. He has gone to God. That is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita. Artha arthati jigyasi gyani cha bharatarsha chaturvida bhajante ma sukriti na Arjuna. Arjuna, 4 kinds of people, they become devotees. Who are they? Artha. Artha means distress. Arthati, one who is poor, wants some money. Jigyasu, inquisitive, and Jnani, and man of knowledge. So Artha Arthati, this is referred to the grihastha. The grihastha, they become sometimes distressed, but the grihastha ashram means unless there is Krishna or full consciousness of Krishna, it is simply miserable. Simply miserable. Dukkhalayam. asasatam. Simply working hard day and night, then this child is sick, their wife is not satisfied, the servant is not satisfied, so many things, problems. But if there is Krishna in the center, all problems will be solved. But people do not know this. They think that I shall be happy with wife, children, servants, house and this and that. No, that's not possible. Therefore one should be in grihastha ashram, not only in family life. Family, the dogs have got family life. He has got wife, children, the cats and the hogs, big family. Because a hog begets at a time 12 children. What do you beget? You are afraid of begetting one child. This contraceptive method. But they are not afraid. They beget 12 children at a time, twice in a year. So, to live with family, wife, children, then the hog excels family life. No, that is not family life. To live with wife, children, peacefully, if you like, but bring in Krishna in the center. That is grihasthas. So Arjuna is talking of the ultimate goal. But he is talking ultimate goal with the point of view from material conception. He does not know, he knows, but he is playing the part of a person who does not know. That ultimate Shreya, ultimate good is Krishna. Ultimate good is not that we live with family, that is good. No. When you live with family because you cannot renounce, so that is allowed. But you live with family with Krishna. So Krishna is there, but he is thinking in terms of material good. That if my kinsmen are dead, I kill them, then where is my good? There is no good. What shall I do with the victory and happiness? Where is happiness? I cannot live without them. This is the concept. Atagriha khetra sutapta vittai janasya mohoyam. This is illusion. Everyone is trying to become happy with society, friendship and love. Children, wife, friends, money and house and land. This is the conception of material. So Arjuna is thinking in material concept of life. He is not thinking that my ultimate goal is to satisfy Krishna. This is the Bhagavad Gita's purpose. That is Krishna consciousness. One has to change to satisfy Krishna, not to satisfy himself or the family or the society or the nation. No. Whether Krishna is satisfied, that is the criterion. That is ultimate goal. Tasmin tushte jagat tushte. If Krishna is satisfied, then other things will be automatically satisfied. But they do not know. They are thinking that I can bring Krishna in the midst of my family, provided Krishna helps me to enjoy this material life. They are thinking that. That is artha. But that is also good. Just like Guru Maharaj, he was artha. Artha means he wanted something material, benefit. His stepmother insulted him that you cannot sit down on the lap of your father because you are not born in my womb. He was Kshatriya, he took it, insult. So his father had 2 wives. So he was born the eldest queen. The father was not very much attached to the eldest queen. The father was attached to the junior queen. And the junior queen was very proud that the king is in my hand. So she insulted. The father was not happy. Although Dhruvamara was born of the eldest queen, and it is sometimes liking, so that does not mean he did not like his son. So he wanted to sit down on the lap of his father, and the stepmother insulted. So he took it very seriously, and he wanted to have the kingdom. This is Artharthi. He wanted so. And his mother advised that you take shelter of Krishna, he can fulfill your desire. So therefore, Artharthi. He was distressed, at the same time he wanted a kingdom by the grace of Krishna. That was his purpose. Because he went to worship Krishna for some material benefit, he is to be taken as pious. Chaturvidha bhajante mang sukritina. Sukritina means pious. Kriti means very expert in acting worldly activities. So one who are engaged in pious activities, they are called sukriti. There are two kinds of activities. Impious activities, sinful activities, and pious activities. So one who goes to pray in the church or in the temple, oh God, give us our daily bread, or God give me some money, or God give me relief from this distress, they are also pious. They are not impious. The impious people, they will never surrender to God, Krishna. Namang duskitanam mudha prapadanti naradam. These class of men, sinful man, rascal, lowest of the mankind, whose knowledge has been taken away by Maya and demon, these classes of men will never surrender to God. Therefore, they are duskritina, impious. So Krishna is pious, but still he wants the family benefit. This is his defect, Arjuna. Family prosperity. He wants to be happy with society, friends. Therefore he says that nakankhe vijayana. This is called vairag. Sasan vairag. It is called smashan vairag. Smashan vairag means that in India, the Hindus, they burn the dead body. So relatives take the dead body for burning to the burning ghat. And when the body is burned, everyone present there, for the time being, they become little renounced. Oh, this is the body. We are working for this body. Now it is finished. It is burnt into ashes. So what is the benefit? This kind of vairagya, renouncement is there. But as soon as it comes from the burning ghat, he again begins his activities. In the shashan, in the burning ghat, he becomes renounced. And as soon as come home, again he is vigorous, how to work, how to get money, how to get money, how to get money. So this kind of vairagya is called shashan vairagya. It's temporary. He cannot become vairagi. He says, nakankhe vijayam. I don't want victory. I don't want this. This is temporary sentiment. Temporary sentiment. These people, they are attached to family life. They may say like that I don't want this happiness, don't want this very nice position, victory, I don't want. But he wants everything. He wants everything because he does not know what is the Shreya. Shreya is Krishna. Actually, when one gets Krishna or Krishna consciousness, then he can say that I don't want this. They will not say that. Why they will say don't want this? Here, what we have got, suppose I have got a kingdom. So, that is my kingdom? No, that is Krishna's kingdom. Because Krishna says, Bhoktaram Jagatavasam Sarvaloka Maheswaram. He is the proprietor. I may be his representative. Krishna wants that everyone should be Krishna conscious. So the king's duty is, as representative of Krishna, to make every citizen Krishna conscious. Then he is doing nice duty. And because the monarchs did not do so, therefore now the monarchy is abolished everywhere. Say again, the monarchs, wherever is monarchy, little at least show of monarchy, just like here in England there is. Actually, if the monarch becomes Krishna conscious, actually becomes representative of Krishna, then the whole face of the kingdom will change. That is required. Our Krishna consciousness movement is for that purpose. We don't very much like this so-called democracy. What is the value of this democracy? All fools and rascals, they vote another fool and rascal and he becomes prime minister and this and that. Just like in so many cases, that is not good for the people. We are not for this so-called democracy because they are not trained. If the king is trained, that was the system of monarchy, just like Yudhishthira Maharaj or Arjuna or anyone, all the kings, Rajarsi, they were called Rajarsi. Imam vivasati yugam praktaman aham abhyam vivashan manobe prahu manuikha kavibravid evam parampara praptam imam rajarsayo vidu. Rajarsayo. Raja, king means, he is not only king, he is a great rishi, saintly person. Just like Maharaj, Yudhishthira or Arjuna, they are saintly person. They are not ordinary, these drunkard kings, that I have got so much money, let me drink, and let me dancing of the prostitute. Not like that. They are rishi, although they were king, they are rishis. That kind of king wanted, Rajarsi. Then people will be happy. In Bengali there is a proverb, Rajar pape rajya nashta, ginni doshe grihastha bhrashta. In grihastha life, in household life, if the wife is not good, then nobody will be happy in that grihastha life, household life. Similarly, in a kingdom, if the king is impious, then everyone will suffer. This is the problem. So, Krishna, Arjuna, is thinking of the Shreya and Priya. Actual Shreya means to achieve Krishna consciousness. That is wanting in Arjuna. He is showing that feature of life, that he wants better the society, friendship and love. He does not want to kill them, then everything will be finished. But actually, the fact is that even after killing the so-called kinsman, if he can satisfy Krishna, that is his Shreya. That is his Shreya. That he does not. And because he does not know, therefore this Bhagavad Gita is there. He is playing the part that he does not know, that Krishna is the ultimate goal of life, not the so-called society, friendship and love. He is playing that part that he does not. He is thinking that Krishna is not important. Krishna has already asked him to fight, but he is considering The Krishna, you are asking me to fight and I have to kill my own kinsman, then where is my victory? Therefore he said, here in the previous verse he has said, Pashyami viparitani kesu. You are asking me to fight for my victory, for my happiness, but I see it will be just the opposite. Pashyami viparitani. This is his problem. And to solve this problem, Arjuna became the disciple of Krishna, and Krishna advised him this Bhagavad Gita, and that is the prelude, that unless Arjuna plays like that, an ordinary man, everyone wants to be happy with this Griha Kshetra Sutapta Vitta, household life and having some land. Now in those days there was no industry. Therefore industry is not meant. Land. If you got land, then you can produce your food. And actually that is our life. Here in this village we find so much land lying vacant, but they are not producing their food. They make their food the cows, poor cows, to kill them and eat. This is not good. Griha Kshetra, you become Grihastha, but you produce your food from the land, Griha Kshetra. And when you produce food, then we get children. Griha Kshetra Suto Aptavit. In India, in village, there is still the system is amongst the poor men, the cultivators. If the cultivator cannot provide to keep a cow, he will not marry. Joru and Goru. Joru means wife and Goru means cow. So one should keep a wife if he is able to keep a cow also. Joru and Goru. Because if you keep a wife, immediately there will be children. But if you cannot give them cow's milk, the children will be weak, rickety, not very healthy. They must drink sufficient milk. So cow is therefore considered mother. Because one mother has given birth to the child, the another mother is supplying milk. So everyone should be obliged to mother cow, because she is supplying milk. So according to our Shastra, there are 7 mothers. Adu Mata, real mother, from whose body I have taken my birth. Adu Mata, she is mother. Guru Patni, the wife of teacher, he is also mother. Adu Mata Guru Patni, Brahmani, the wife of a Brahmana, she is also mother. Adu Mata Guru Patni, Brahmani, Rajapatnika, the queen is mother. So how many? Adu Mata Guru Patni, Brahmani, Rajapatnika, then Dhenu. Dhenu means cow. She is also mother. And Dhatri. Dhatri means nurse. Dhenu Dhatri, Tatha Prithi, also the earth. Earth is also mother. Then people are taking care of motherland where he is born. That is good. But why they should take care of mother cows also. But they are not taking care of mother. Therefore they are sinful. They must suffer. There must be war, pestilence, famine. As soon as people become sinful, immediately nature's punishment will come automatically. You cannot avoid it. Therefore, Krishna consciousness movement means solution of all problems. Teaching people not to become sinful, because a sinful man cannot become Krishna conscious. To become Krishna conscious means that he has to give up his sinful activities. No illicit sex life, no meat eating, no intoxication, no bad. These are the 4 pillars of sinful life. See, people are not ready to give up this. But we do not make any compromise. That you go on with your sinful life, at the same time and sanction that you have become Krishna conscious. No, that we cannot do. There is no compromise on this point. You must give up all this sinful life because there is no chance of becoming Krishna conscious. Why you shall make a show? There is no benefit by making a show. Just like Arjuna. Arjuna is trying to make a show of Krishna consciousness. He has good attachment for other things. And the whole Bhagavad Gita is taught to Arjuna to give up that attachment. So and ultimately it is said that Sanjaya said, Jatra Yogeshwaro Krishna. Jatra Yogeshwaro Krishna, Jatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tatra Si Vijayam Bhuti Bhuvo Bhuman Iti Mati Mama. This is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Sanjaya Uvacha. And at last Sanjaya said to his master, Dhritarashtra, my dear master, you are expecting victory between the fight between your sons, but don't expect it. It is Matir Mama, in my opinion, Jatra Krishna Yogeshwar. The party where Krishna the Yogeshwar, Yoga, there are powerful mystic power. Yoga means mystic power. Not this yoga, this playing some gymnastic. That is not. Yoga means when one becomes perfect in yoga, he gets many siddhis. They are called Ashtasiddhi, 8 kind of siddhi. Anima, Laghima, Prapti, Siddhi, like that, so many. Isita, Bosita. So, a yogi, Animan, he can become the smaller than the smallest. We are already smaller than the smallest because our real dimension, spiritual dimension is 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. This is our dimension. This is only outward, covering this body. Kesagra satabhagasya satadha kulpitasya. So a yogi can give up this body and come to his original spiritual body, and it is so small that you cannot keep yogi imprisoned anywhere because there is some hole, he'll get out. This is yogi. This is mystic power. What do they know about mystic power? They simply press the nose, that's all. And this kind of yoga, of course, these are preliminary processes, dhyan, dharana, pranayam. This pranayam requires to get the breathing from the opposite side. You have got experience. The 2 holes of the nostril, one is blocked, one is open. So pranayam means to try to open the blocked side. That is called patience. So there are so many processes. But ultimate yoga means to get this power. That is yoga. So all these powers, they are simply fragmented. The yogis, they cannot tell. Although they can become, they are already smaller than the smallest. So Krishna is the supreme master of all mystic power. Therefore he is called Yogeshwar. He is called Yogeshwar. So if Krishna is on your side, then you do not require to practice yoga. If you are a devotee of Krishna, because how much power you shall gain? You may gain some power by this mystic process, but you cannot be equal with Krishna's power. Just like Anima, Laghima, to make everything a very light or become very light, a yogi can fly in the air without an aeroplane. He can go even in the sun planet, moon planet, without any Sputnik. Simply began his wife. But he was a yogi and she was devoted, so became lean and thin because she could not eat very nicely. A yogi cannot supply nice food. Simply starvation. That is yogi. So he thought that this poor girl came to me. His father is king. She is not accustomed to so much trouble. So she asked her, what do you want? No, because I have come to you. I want some children and a little comfortable life. All right. So he made an aeroplane by yogic power, a big town. Not the 747. The 747 is the biggest plane, but not like this. A big town with lake, with palisade building, servants, and that big plane went all around the universe. He showed all the planets to his wife. This is yogic power. This is yogic power. So where is that yogi? So here, Yogeshwara, all these mystic powers can be attained by ordinary man. If he wants, there is process. But Krishna is the master of all yogic power, Yogeshwara. So who can get victory? Krishna can do anything. Just like we sing every day. Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Gopijana Vallabha, Girivardha. Girivardha. The people may take it that Krishna is fond of some gopis, but they do not take care of the Krishna's other business. As soon as the gopis are in danger, he can lift the Govardhan hill, Girivardha. There is Krishna. The rascal, they do not know. They think that Krishna is after the gopis, therefore is immoral. But the rascal has no eyes to see that Krishna may be immoral in his eyes, but here is Yogeshwara. At the same time, Yogeshwara. So, without becoming a disciple in the bhakti yoga, nobody can study Krishna. It is not possible. Bhaktya mam abhijanati javanjaschami tattata. So, the whole thing, Bhagavad Gita is there. How to understand Krishna? As soon as you understand Krishna, taptadeham punarjanma naiti, mameti ko. There is no more, again, birth in this material world. You go back to home, back to God. Thank you.